Getting out of work just a little bit early today. Friday, start my weekend early. First thing I'm gonna do is get some of that expensive fuel. Yes, please put your seatbelt on. Get some of that expensive fuel. Look what's waiting for me right as I get out of my vehicle. Alright, well that was a bite out of my paycheck. And now I am going to go see if my oven heating element came in. And that was a bust. It will not be here till maybe Monday. So that's okay though. Just keep going. Go to my next stop, which is going to see if I can find some seed potatoes. But I did actually ask them about what they do with old appliances that they don't repair. And they do recycle them, but they're willing to give me a chest freezer or a stand-up freezer so that I have another freezer to store more animal feed in. So I'm not going to actually take that task on until summer, and they will actually get all of the Freon or whatever, the coolant out of it before they give it away. So that's really cool, because then I don't even have to worry about it leaking out. It'll all be emptied out free of charge, and I can have my freezer to store more animal feed in. This is like the favorite part of the road for me. You got Craig Taylor. You have, you get to see all the pretty equipment that they have. You have the Case dealership right next to it. And then you come right up onto the Ritchie Brothers auction section. I'm going to drive by way too fast. You won't be able to see everything that they have. But if I went in there to that auction, I'd definitely walk out broke. And here we go. We're almost there. Left right up here. Hopefully they're open. I didn't even call or anything. I'm just hoping. They are open. So hopefully they have some seed potatoes. Jacobson's Nursery. And they are open, but they didn't have a whole lot. They had one table that had some flowers on it, but I didn't want to record in there. But they didn't have any seed potatoes, and I was, just crossing my fingers. But they said that April 1st is when they would have their seed potatoes available, so I will be back on April 1st, so because I don't want to miss out this year. Last year I missed out on them, and I ended up just having to use potatoes from the grocery store. And they worked out okay, but I would like to get some seed potatoes, for at least for russet potatoes. I'm still going to use some potatoes from the store, and I have a few potatoes that I have saved from last year's crop that I want to try again and see how they produce. But last year's crop was pretty small potatoes, so I'm hoping to buy some seed potatoes this year and hopefully get a little bit better crop. I have to stop and pay the phone bill, and I have 2 18 packs of eggs to deliver. And I just got done paying my phone bill. I stopped in at Target I haven't been in Target for, good golly, probably a year. And I stopped in Target, and It is crazy just how messed up everything is. The clothing just looks terrible. They didn't have any good deals. I was able to walk out of there with my money intact. Now I'm on my way to deliver those eggs. That'll be my next stop. So I'm not quite sure what happened with the video that I filmed yesterday on this portion, but when I stopped at the tire store to deliver the eggs, you know, I got him his eggs, he paid me for them, and then I asked him if he had any lead he wanted to sell, and he said sure, he had some lead. Asked me how much I wanted. I said a bucket's probably about all I can afford. And he said that he'd be happy to give me a bucket of lead, and he said instead of paying him money, I could just pay him some eggs. He said 4 18 packs of eggs would be plenty for a bucket of lead. And then when I went back to load up, he had 2 buckets waiting for me. And he said, I said, well, I can only do 1. And he said, no, 2 buckets, because they're only half full and there's a lot more steel in them than what used to be. And so yeah, he gave me 2 buckets of lead for 4 18 packs of eggs, which is really awesome of him and stuff. And I used to work there. I worked there for 13 years, and we had a good relationship while I worked there. It just got to the point where my body couldn't take the abuse that I was giving it while I worked there, and we never came up with terms. I couldn't slow down to let my body heal, so I just had to quit. There's nothing else I could do, because I'm not the type of person that is just going to take it easy, because my body isn't able to put up with it. I'm the type of person that when I go to work, I'm going to give you 100% all the time, and if other people are slacking off, I'm going to try to pick up and make sure that the job gets done. And so it was better for me not to work there anymore, even though the money was really good. The job was just eating me alive. When I quit, I weighed myself on scale, and I was 112 pounds when I quit. And probably when I started, and I'm just guesstimating here, but when I started, I probably started working there, and I was 150, 160 pounds. And yeah, the job was just, somehow it was just eating me alive. But I still have a pretty good relationship with him and stuff, and he understood, and it was just time for me to move on. So, but he likes the eggs, and I like to be able to use that lead to make sinkers, to make downriggers and sinkers. So it's a win-win for me and him, because that lead is just extra for him anyway. And now the next stop for me is to go get rabbit pellets. Place that I'm going to get the feed from, they're about the cheapest I can get here in the valley. At least they have been for rabbit pellets. And here we go. Left-hand turn in. And the name of the store is Branded Feed and Tack. But they give me great customer service. They're really nice people. It's just a small business that I love to support. I love to support the small businesses in the area. And honestly, they have been the cheapest by about $5 a bag on the rabbit pellets. And they're on Old Meridian Road, if anybody's wondering. And I recommend that you at least come check them out, because they've been really great for me. So that's not what I normally get, but that is what they had available. Alaska Milling Feed is having a hard time fulfilling the orders, and so this is still cheaper than if I would have bought the Alaska Milling Feed at any of the other locations in town that sell it. So still saved a few dollars. I'll just have to slowly integrate this into their other feed while I still have some of the other feed left. But I do not want to totally be out of feed. My next stop is going to be Arctic Ammo. I want to see if they have a couple items to help rebuild my reloading equipment. Since I'm over here, I like to do as many stops as possible in my trips and not have to make special trips. This is something I wouldn't make a special trip for anyway, but I do want to see if they have anything that I can use to add to my stock of equipment. So the only thing I picked up in there, they didn't have the gas checks that I was looking for, but I did pick up a trickle powder. Trickle charger is what they call them. Frankfurt Arsenal. Never used the Frankfurt Arsenal, but trickle charger should be a trickle charger. I have heard good things about it, so hopefully they come true and it does work the way it's supposed to. So now I am on my way to the coin shop. And here we are. It's kind of a unique building, but that is where I'm headed. Uncommon Sense, and hopefully he'll have something that I am looking for. Okay, that was a bust. He did not have any constitutional silver in stock that didn't have numismatic value, which means because of the shape of the coin and how good a quality it was, it's worth more than just junk silver prices. So that's a bust. Didn't get any of that today. That's okay. I have a couple more stops I need to make. I need to get this day done, this shopping trip done, and get home. So my next stop is going to be Three Bears. They call it the Palmer Three Bears, but it's actually halfway in between Palmer and Wasilla. That's going to be my next stop. So I just left Three Bears, and I got a couple of things that were on Kara's list for me to get, but I didn't get everything. So I choose to buy my cheese at Three Bears, even though it's like Tillamook and it's all the same brands. It just seems like anytime I buy the cheese from Fred Meyer, I don't know if they don't run their coolers cold enough or what it is, but anytime that I buy the cheese from Fred Meyer, it gets moldy really fast. It goes bad really fast. So I quit buying it. I don't care what the price is. I will pay a little bit more to get it at Three Bears, because I haven't had any problems since I've been buying it at Three Bears with my cheese getting moldy. I don't know what the difference is. And then I did find a couple marked down cottage cheeses, so good news, I might have lasagna for dinner in my future soon. I always love it when Kara cooks lasagna. She does a great job at it. I want to stop at Sportsman's because I heard of a deal that they got going on want to see if I can cash in on that deal. And so they had the Winchester target and practice 5.56, 55 grain in their ad, and they also had the 62 grain green tip in their ad. $10.99 a box of 20, but they were out of the green tip. All they had are just the 55 grain full metal jackets, but $10.99 for 20 of them. And then Winchester right now is doing a 20% rebate, mail-in rebate, so it actually makes it a little bit less than $9 a box. You save a little bit over $2 per box. So that's the cheapest I've found it in a long time. And so I went and maxed it out. Winchester's going to give you up to $75 back. So I maxed it out with 36 boxes. And that's what I stopped at Sportsman's for. I'm going to go to Fred Meyer. That is my next stop. I want to see what price they have on ink for my printer, and I want to finish Kara's list. So that is my next stop. And looky there, they have reduced milk, and some of them are marked $1.59, and some of them are marked $1.29, and that's a lucky find for me. And my next great find is Del Monte canned vegetables for just 79 cents a can. Looks like I'll be stocking up on that. Okay, so I am done with Fred Meyer. Thank goodness, that took forever. But I did find a few good deals, and I will show you that at the end when I get home. Yep, I did one more Three Bears stop. This is a totally different store than the other store I stopped at. And it is not the store that I work at either, but it is the closest Three Bears to my house. And I was able to pick up the vanilla extract for $16. So there you go. I figured I could get it a little bit cheaper, and I was able to. That concludes my shopping experiences. Now I just need to get home and show you what all I got. And I think I'm gonna do this backwards. Okay, so here is my last Three Bears stop, the vanilla extract, and I bought some marked down or discounted butter croissants. $7.99, $2 off. And this was $16.49. So my total there was $22.48. And then we go to Fred Meyer, and let's see. Let's start with the margarine was $1.59. I bought 4 of those. The macaroni and cheese was $1.25 a piece. The canned vegetables, and I have corn, cut green beans, and French style cut green beans, and they were 75 cents a piece. So that's the best price I've seen on those in a really long time, and I just bought 4 of each to make up for what we've used lately. I got 2 things of mayonnaise at $3.99 a piece, which is really expensive for those mayonnaise, but that's just the world we live in today. They originally wanted $4.99 and they discounted them $1 off. So that was a good buy. And then I got some Mission tortilla shells. They were on sale for $3.69. I bought 2 of those. We've been having a lot of stuff with tortilla shells lately, which is a win. And then the milk. I was able to get discounted milk again. $1.29 a gallon this time. But look at that date. I do not know why they would discount this milk with that much of a date left on it. But I got 4 gallons. One of them will go to Marissa and the other 3 will go in our house. That is pretty much what we can fit and what we can use. So that's that. Also Fred Meyer. I got my ink cartridge. It was the same price as it was at Target, but I'd rather spend the money at Fred Meyer than Target. Really not interested in giving Target any of my money if I can help it. Oh yeah, and then I bought lasagna noodles, and I'll explain that in just a second once I get to the first Three Bear store that I stopped at. The first stop at Three Bears, my first Three Bear store in Palmer, they had marked down cottage cheese. So I got 2 of those, and hence, that is why I got the lasagna noodles, so that I can have lasagna. Maybe we can even invite Marissa over, because she likes the lasagna as well. And then I bought cheddar cheese and mozzarella cheese. That's just things that Kara had on her list. So all in all, this trip had some wins and some losses. Great finds for the milk and the ammunition. And it's a bummer that there wasn't anything at the coin shop for me. But better luck next time. We're going to take our wins and be happy with those. And the ones that didn't pan out, we're just going to say better luck next time. That's going to just about do it for this edition of Not So Remote Alaska. The sun is shining this morning. I want to get this video edited and out there. And then I want to get out here and get some work done. So thank you for watching this edition of Not So Remote Alaska. And until next time, may God bless and keep each and every one of you. And with that, I am out.